video, I would love for us to take things back to basic. I want to share with you guys some of the jargons that you need to know about budgeting, especially if you are a beginner and you are about to start your budget for the first time. So these are jargons that you need to familiarize yourself with. Not just that, these jargons are what I will be using in the videos to come, so it only makes sense that we're all on the same page. So here goes. Hey guys, my name is Karen Clark, but you can call me Ariki, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as I was saying before, to kickstart this channel, I believe that there are a few words that we need to familiarize ourselves with, just so that we can be on the same page and so that everyone can follow as I proceed to do my future videos. And just to note that the type of budgeting I'm talking about is a personal budgeting. You may or may not know that budgeting is very wide. You can do budget for your personal life, you can do budget for an organization, a business. So the budget I'm talking about in this video is budgeting for personal finance. First things first, the first word I definitely need to define this dreaded B word, this word that is driving people crazy, and there's so many people I have met on this journey that's just so intimidated by the word budget, and I don't understand why. A budget is a plan that accounts for your source of income, your monthly and annual expenses, as well as your future needs and possibilities. Gross income. This is how much your paycheck is before your taxes are deducted. Sometimes people feel the need to include this in their budget, but not necessarily. You can choose to budget your net income. Your net income is the money after your taxes are deducted. The thing is that when your taxes are deducted, you see that on your pay slip, but it always go to budget the money that you actually get in hand, which would be your net income. Assets and liabilities. Assets are things that you own, while liabilities are financial obligations or debts that you may have. So in other words, you can say that your assets are things that are making you money, and your liabilities are things that are taken away from your money. If you're someone that is starting a budget for the first time, this is something that you can consider. Taking a look at your assets and your liabilities as it pertains to your budget. This is something that is actually really eye-opening. This is a big one for me. Needs versus wants, and people get these two confused all the time. So your needs are things that you can't live without. These are deemed as necessities, while your wants they're more like desires. These are things that you won't die if you don't get them. Next on the list are expense categories. Expense categories are basically what you use to categorize or describe the type of spending or the type of expenses you have. They can be broken down into three different types of expenses. They are fixed expenses, variable expenses, and periodic expenses. Fixed expenses, as the word suggests, these are expenses that you don't really have much control over, and they occur on a monthly basis. Basically, your fixed expenses, they don't change for a period of time. Variable expenses, aka flexible expenses, as the name suggests, these are expenses that change from month to month, such as entertainment or grocery shopping. Periodic expenses, these are a little harder to budget for. They are similar to fixed expenses, whereas the costs may be the same as it reoccurs, but this happens periodically. So instead of paying this bill every single month, maybe you pay this twice a year or once a year. An example of this type of expense would be your car insurance. So I just gave you guys 9 words you need to know when starting a budget. But to make things even, I am going to throw in one more word, and that word is debt. Reason being, if you are not on a budget, more than likely you are running yourself into debt. Debt is basically a sum of money that is owed or money that is due. Okay guys, so that was 10 words you need to know before starting a budget. So now if somebody walk up to you and they're talking about personal budgeting, at least you know the key words that can get you through that conversation. Or if you're starting your budget leave for the first time, then these are the words that you will see pop up in the book, and these are the words that you have to consider as you're doing your budget as well. So if you found this video informative or educational or just eye-opening, please remember to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Until next time, guys.